Getting organized means more than just having a place to put all your stuff. And one woman tells us she's learning to control clutter, and you can too. Here's Connie Prentice in her own words.
I didn't think anybody had the same issue that I had, and I didn't want anybody to know about it. I moved into the house in 1990 with my husband, and he passed away in 93. And then I've been trying to maintain the house and the yard and my job and a social life and family duties the whole time. And I got behind. I just started putting stuff on top of flat surfaces. Any flat surface, just collected stuff until I had so much stuff I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't have time to go through it. I had stacks and stacks of stuff just everywhere. I didn't want to invite anybody to my home because it was just too humiliating having people come in and see this mess. Or for people to come over and pick me up. I was always afraid that they would come to the door, and so I'd be rushing out the door to meet them because I didn't want them to come in. I hated to be here. I absolutely hated to come home. There was just so much, I just didn't have a clue what to do with it or how to get rid of it. It was just so frustrating and so aggravating and depressing. I mean, I got really angry at myself because I let it get that far, and it was depressing to go in there and look at. And I thought, I can't live like this. This is just more than I can take. I've gotten organized, and it's easier now because things have a place, and I'm comfortable with where they are, and it works for me. My life is just so much better. I am happy to be home. I like to be here. I've invited people over to my home. I had ladies in for dessert, which I never would have done before. And I started dating. I've lost weight. I'm saving money. It's invaluable. You couldn't put a price tag on it because it's made such a huge difference in my life.
What a wonderful story. We'll hear what the secrets to make your next organizing project a success. Please welcome professional organizer Vicki Norris of Restoring Order. Good to have you with us again. That is really just a heartwarming story, because she was, start with depressed because her husband passed away, and then just overwhelmed by it all.
And that is the kind of story that just warms my heart, and that is the story that people call our company for, and we hear it all the time, and it really is about reclaiming your life.
Right.
And that's why I get out of bed in the morning, because organizing is about so much more than we hear in the marketplace. It's about so much more than tips and tricks and bins and baskets. It's about getting your whole life back, digging out.
I think most people don't think of it as just, oh, how do I want to organize my office, my pantry, my home, my kitchen. But what she said, that she's dating, she's saving money, she's happy again, she's living life again.
Yeah. That's right. She's taken her life back. Yeah. She's back in the driver's seat. And anybody can do that. And so I've got 3 secrets for any organizing project. First, you have to start with self-evaluation. You've got to hold up that mirror and say, how did I get here? And a lot of people miss that step. They just dig in and start frantically tossing and purging, and they miss the step of ever saying, what are the causes of the disorganization, so that once I fix it, I don't get back to this place.
Which is, I think, similar to like a successful weight loss program. How did I get here, and what do I want to do to change my life to not be in this place anymore?
Exactly. And then the next thing that people really want to do is they really want to do the total burn down, as we call it, which doesn't involve matches. Some people wish that it did, it'd be a lot faster. But it really does involve making sure that you leave no stone unturned, that you really go through the whole house, that you go through, if it's paper that you're dealing with, you go through every single piece of paper. This is another mistake people make. They go around and they sort of pick at the problem.
Right.
We want to make sure that we go through everything so that we're really at ground zero and we're starting fresh with a new system. And then lastly, the most important thing is that you go the distance, with your organizing project. If you want to get organized, I've seen so many people who make a good start, but it's just a flash in the pan. And if you're going to get into that pain tunnel, go all the way through.
But do you do a room at a time?
Yes, that's what we recommend is first start by kind of knowing the whole scope of the project, kind of know, because paper, for example, great example. A lot of times we see home offices. That's the #1 request that we get. But if you only look at the paper in the home office, you're going to miss the boat. You're not going to have done the total burn down because it's in the kitchen, it's on the stairway, it's on the dresser, you know, where your husband left it when he got it from the mailbox. You know, it's sort of all over the house. So you've got to deal with paper throughout the house, but start with that one room at a time with the whole picture in mind.
But can you just have one room that is cluttered and unorganized, and the rest of the house okay? You need to go through the whole house, or can you deal with one room?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can just deal with one room, and some people just have one little hotbed, you know, of chaos in their home. But most people have a handful of projects that they want to tackle.
But then the secret to maintaining that is really owning that first step that you talked about.
That's right. That self-evaluation and making sure you do the total burn down, even if it is in that one spare room. A lot of people have that sort of junk room, the multi-purpose room, and then making sure that in the end you really do go the distance. You don't start and then you know, sort of back out.
Well, we